Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss Blade 2, 2002 sequel film, 4 years after the 98 film. We leave off with Blade in Russia. Why is he in Russia? So then we get some story then. Blade's in Russia. He's trying to find Whisper, who was taken by these vampires after he was turned. And they're torturing him. They're healing him. They're torturing him. They're healing him. Eventually, Blade gets him back and kind of gives him the serum that he's taking. That way it suppresses the feed and can help him be in the daylight, kind of a thing. But then Blade is now asked to work with the Vampire Alliance to help defeat these Reapers, who are these like super vampire creatures who are feeding on both humans and vampires, which can then wipe out both human and vampires alike. That if the vampire gets bitten by a Reaper, they turn very quickly. And what happens when all the numbers explode into vampires being turned into Reapers? They're going to target the humans next, and then there's not going to be any more humans on the planet, etc. Right? So it's a matter of how do you form an alliance with your enemy to defeat the next enemy. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, kind of a thing. So then Norman Reedus plays his character Scudden here, who's this new tech guy that's working with Blade and replaced Whisper the last few years that he's been away. And now that everybody is back together, going now to defeat the Reapers, the truth comes out. What plot twist involves what plot twist? Who is this head Reaper who's actually the son of the head vampire who was actually just experimented on, that it wasn't actually a new strain of virus, it's just a new genetic mutation that was laboratory created to therefore instill the security of the vampirism being the dominant species then on the planet. So it's a matter of father killing son or son killing father, and it's still Blade trying to figure out who his enemy actually is. Is he going to kill the vampires? Is he going to kill the Reapers? Is he going to kill both? A lot of new tech devices, UV light bombs, those are pretty neat. Scud being, working with the Reapers the entire time as well. That was interesting. I really liked how just Scud was just watching Powerpuff Girls throughout the entirety of this. I want to know why. Guillermo del Toro is the director of this. He was a fantastic director, and he worked with Ron Perlman in this. And I think this is where the two of them met to then start to do the Hellboy franchise, the first and second Hellboy film, which makes sense because they had to have met somewhere, right? So this makes sense. If Ron Perlman, who's in this, he plays Reinhardt, meets Guillermo del Toro, the director of this, they then form a connection, work together in 2004's Hellboy, 2004, 2005, and then 06, 07-ish, give or take, Hellboy 2. It makes sense. So it's neat to see some origins of where people are working together originally. But why was Powerpuff Girls playing in the background throughout the entirety of this? On TV here, in the bus there, on the screen there. Why was Powerpuff Girls playing constantly through Blade 2? That I want to know. Does anyone know the fun fact of that? Because I don't know the fun fact of that. I would like to know why the Powerpuff Girls were playing constantly through Blade 2. So, the big battles at the end, I thought they were very entertaining. I thought they were some nice kismet thrown about in regards to Blade getting his just desserts. Blade enacting the just desserts for the vampires and Reapers alike in this particular vampire alliance. But of course, there's different sects of vampires all over the sects, S-E-C-T-S, sects of vampires all throughout the world. So how does that work? Do you then defeat the next alliance? Do you then defeat the next potential genetically enhanced organism, vampire creature, Reaper, which is an awesome character design, really cool practical effects with ripping open the jaw on the dead one and cracking open the chest to see that the heart is encased with bone. Very interesting. Very interesting stuff throughout this. I like this from a technical standpoint. I thought Guillermo del Toro did a great job directing it. I want to know why the hell the Powerpuff Girls were in this consistently. But overall, good sequel. Blade 2, on to the next review. Mucho mahalo.